Drogba. Drogba! Yes! Goal for Chelsea! Didier Drogba!
Yet again at Wembley. He calls it his lucky ground, but there's no luck about that.
I don't think you can replace Drogba. You can buy top players, you can invest like Chelsea did, but Drogba, there is only one. In Chelsea history, there is only one, and I think Drogba means points.
We all remember Drogba and Mourinho's partnership at Chelsea, but very few people know the story behind their first meeting. Well, in this video, we examined the story behind the events which led to their first encounter and what really happened during their first meeting. The partnership between Didier Drogba and Jose Mourinho is described as unique and special by many football writers. A fantastic, strong, and impactful striker alongside a coach who is charismatic and special. In order to fully understand this, we need to rewind to where it all started. In the heart of London, a football story unfolded, a story that would captivate millions of fans worldwide. It all started in the summer of 2003 when Roman Abramovich, a young Russian billionaire, made a bold and unprecedented move to acquire Chelsea Football Club. This marked the beginning of a new era for the London-based club that would later transform it from a mid-table contender to a European football powerhouse. Across the English Channel in France, there was a powerful striker named Didier Drogba, who was making waves with Olympique de Marseille in France. And at the same time in Portugal, there was a fresh young manager who was special and charismatic. And that fresh young manager was none other than Jose Mourinho, managing FC Porto, one of Portugal's best teams. At that time, no one could predict that Mourinho and Drogba would meet. But in that same year, destiny brought them together, because on the 22nd of October 2003, Jose Mourinho's FC Porto went to France and played against Olympique de Marseille in the Champions League group stages, and the Portuguese club won 3-2. But there was one Olympique de Marseille player who caught Mourinho's eye, and that was Didier Drogba. When Mourinho first saw him, he couldn't believe his eyes. It was the first time Mourinho had seen such a young man who was energetic, fast, skilled, and a fantastic scorer. However, that's not the only thing that caught Mourinho's attention. What really caught Mourinho's attention was Drogba's love for the game. From that moment, Mourinho knew he had to have Drogba on his team. In the first half of the game, Drogba scored the first goal and the crowd went wild with deafening cheers. In one of his interviews, Mourinho said, "I'd hardly sat down when that giant scored. When Drogba scored the first goal, his celebration was so intense, as if it was his last goal of his career." Mourinho wasn't ready to let his chance with Drogba slip away. At halftime break, Mourinho tracked Drogba down and found him in the tunnel and said, "I don't have the money to buy you, but do you have any cousins in the Ivory Coast who can play like you?" Drogba just smiled, hugged him, and prophesied, "One day you would be able to buy me." As the season went on, Jose Mourinho led FC Porto to victory in both the Champions League final and the Portuguese League in 2004. Back to London, the club had been bought by a wealthy young billionaire, but before acquiring Chelsea, the club was struggling and was striving to forge an identity despite an absence of any meaningful history in English football. Upon Abramovich's arrival, the club represented new money that later disrupted the established order. Chelsea suddenly found itself in a position able to secure top-tier talent in the transfer market. Abramovich's ambition was clear. He wanted to turn Chelsea into a football powerhouse. But in order to achieve this, the club had to bring in highly talented staffs. In the summer of 2004, Chelsea appointed Jose Mourinho, a fresh and young manager who had already tasted victory in Europe, to deliver that vision. When the Russians signed Jose Mourinho, he made him the highest-paid coach in the world. With this, everything fell into place. The special one now had enough resources to buy any player he wanted. With all that money given to him, Mourinho went straight to France and bought Didier Drogba. Amidst a sea of choices, Mourinho declared, "I want Didier Drogba." Fueled by determination to kick off his Chelsea era in style, Mourinho insisted on buying a player who had captured his attention 6 months ago in Marseille. Abramovich was even ready to buy for him Ronaldinho, but Mourinho had his heart set on Drogba as the top priority. A few days later, I met Didier in a private airport in London. Again, he hugged me, and then he told me, "Thank you. "I will fight for you. You won't regret it. I will stay loyal to you forever." And true to his words, he did. Mourinho finally signed Drogba for Chelsea at £24 million, a club record transfer fee of that time. The Ivorian finally joined Chelsea. He was given shirt number 15, and the rest is history. What else do you remember about Didier Drogba? Tell us in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. We recently made some videos about other players. Check them out here. And thanks for watching.